Please be seated. Wow. I want to welcome everyone to this celebration of accomplishment. I am Dr. Randy Ryan, the 11th president of Chadron State College. Today, we gather for one of the oldest secular ceremonies in Western society, the conferring of academic degrees as a symbol of intellectual attainment. The robes we wear link today's ceremony with its medieval past and remind us of the importance of higher education. I am pleased so many of you could join us to celebrate our graduating classes of 2020 and 2021, and to recognize the perseverance, hard work, and achievement of Chadron State College students. Please come forward to take pictures as you wish. We will ask our students to lower their masks so that you can actually see their face in your photographs. So be prepared for that. We will begin this event with a moment of reflection to be delivered by Ms. Savannah Silva, who is graduating today with a master's degree in business administration, and she is from Upton, Wyoming. Savannah.
Fellow graduates, friends, family, faculty, and staff, thank you for gathering today to witness this special occasion. Graduates, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on your behalf. We have made it to the finish while facing one of the most unique times in modern history. Because of this, I believe I owe it to you to tell you the truth. The truth is, when I was a little girl, I believed nothing bad could happen to those who worked hard, were dedicated, and kind. I believed you could flawlessly get from point A to point B living by these characteristics. I learned right away, though, that point A to B is really A to Z, and you will experience the entire alphabet on your journey. In my personal journey from A to B, which turned into A to Z, I was put into an event no individual should have to experience. I was made powerless, violated, and this event spun me into a crippling depression. I wanted to give up so bad. Give up on my passions, school, everything. However, I'm proud to be standing here today with a master's diploma that says I overcame. But this speech is not about me, it's about you. It's about the adversity each one of us has had to overcome to be sitting here today. Each one of us has a story, has pain, and has had struggles in our lives, but we all stand together today with a diploma that says we overcame. So often we are told to cover our scars and forget about them because they are unpleasant. But our unique scar is what sets us apart and can be our biggest asset. It has made us stronger, more resilient, and can give us inspiration to drive change for future generations. Fellow graduates, I challenge you to do 3 things today. First, thank the devoted professors at Chadron State College who challenged us, as these are the individuals who equipped us with the tools necessary to accomplish our goals. Second, thank the persistent individuals in your life that have helped you overcome adversity. Third, think back to your trials and how it will drive and inspire you to be the best you in your future career. I will go first. First, I want to thank Dr. Dusek and the Nebraska Business Center for going above and beyond and helping me achieve my post-collegiate goals. Dr. Dusek, I believe you are a perfect role model for what every educator should strive to be. Second, I want to thank my friends, family, and boyfriend. You have supported me every step of the way. Without you, I could not have done it. They say to be great, surround yourself with great people, and I truly could not have asked for a better group of people. Fellow graduates, take this time to absorb that despite the difficulties, we have made it to the finish. Now is our time to inspire, drive change, and use the tools we have learned at this institution to be the best individuals we can be. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Savannah. We are gathered here today to honor the graduates of the class of 2020 and 2021. However, it is also important that we honor those people here today who have supported and encouraged you through the years. I would like to take a few minutes to recognize those people who made it possible for you to be here today. I would like to start by asking everyone in the audience who graduated from CSC to stand and be recognized. Thank you. In many cases, the graduate who will walk across the stage today is the latest generation from families of multiple generations of CSC graduates. For some of you, you are the first generation in your family to graduate from CSC. Now would the parents of the graduates please stand and be recognized. Parents, would the spouses of the graduates please stand? Would the children of the graduates please stand? Would the grandchildren of the graduates please stand? Okay. Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, would you please stand? And if you just joined us by accident today, just kidding. Please, one more round of applause for all the people who made it possible for our graduates to be with us today. The other very special people who have made it possible for the graduates to be here today are the faculty and the staff of Chadron State College. Would the faculty please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Would the staff please stand and be recognized? These people have dedicated their talents and time to make it possible what we celebrate here today. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce you to the distinguished individuals joining me as members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Gary Bagansky, Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges. Dr. Jim Powell, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Jim Margetts, Dean of Essential Studies in the School of Liberal Arts. Dr. Wendy Waugh, Dean of Graduate Studies in the School of Business, Mathematics, and Sciences. And Dr. Alaric Williams, Dean of Curriculum, Accreditation in the School of Professional Studies and Applied Sciences. Dr. Rick Koza, Professor of Business and today's commencement speaker, and Ms. Melissa Mitchell, our registrar. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Gary Bagansky to the podium to bring official greetings from the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan. Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State College system, it is my privilege to welcome you to Chadron State College Commencement ceremony. We are thankful to be together in the Chicoine Center under that new term from COVID, face-to-face. How about that? Great to have you all here. Graduates, this day is about you and what you have achieved through hard work, determination, perseverance. You have chosen to overcome obstacles placed in front of you with Corona and many other things, and in the process you have become stronger, more resilient, and more determined to achieve your goals. Graduation is a time to imagine your future and the world to come. When you think of the road ahead, you may gain perspective and look back on where you have been. I hope that when you do take a look back on Chadron State College, you will do so with fondness, and that when you look ahead, you will consider and think of Chadron State College and your future. You will always be welcome here. We look forward to hearing of your personal and professional achievements as you build on the future provided by your Chadron State College degree. We also hope that you will continue to engage as alumni and as you travel forward in your new adventure. As you begin the new stage in your life and experiences, you can be confident that you can and will make a difference like Chadron State College graduates who have gone before you. You possess the knowledge and skills and confidence to be provided to you by an excellent education. I believe that each and every one of you has the capacity and the skills to succeed in whatever you decide to do. Thank you to all of the parents, friends, family, loved ones who are witnessing this great ceremony of our graduates in their life today. Let us give our combined best wishes to these young men and women as they start their new journey. As chairman of the Board of Trustees for the Nebraska State College system, Dr. Ryan, I invest in you the power and authority to grant degrees to these great graduates of Chadron State College. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bogansky. Professor of Business, Dr. Richard Koza is today's graduate commencement speaker. Dr. Koza was involved in numerous clubs and committees at Chadron State College. He chaired the Business Academy, served as faculty athletic representative, and received the 2006 Teaching Excellence Award. In 1973, he played football for Chadron State College and earned a Bachelor of Science in Education with a coaching endorsement. After 5 years of teaching and coaching, he returned to Chadron and acquired real estate and insurance licenses and businesses. He earned master's degrees in education and business administration at CSC and completed a PhD at the University of Wyoming. After teaching an on-campus real estate class for CSC, he received a one-year contract to teach marketing, which led to a full-time position. I am proud to invite Dr. Koza to the podium to deliver the commencement address. Dr. Koza.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan, Dr. Powell, Mr. Bogansky, Melissa Mitchell, the registrar, Deans Margaret, Williams and Wall, and Bobby. Good morning. Ooh. Congratulations on earning your master's degree. You've worked hard these past few years to accomplish this huge milestone. Today is exciting, and you really deserve the recognition you will be receiving. Dr. Ryan did a great job of welcoming everyone and reminding us to always remember the people who have helped you on your journey. In addition to the classmates sitting next to you, We have the distinguished faculty who has helped to guide you. Graduates, let's just thank them one more time, okay? You know, life is like a book that tells of a journey, and your book has many chapters. Each chapter is a new experience in your life. Think back for just a minute. When you were just a little baby, learning how to walk. Well, maybe you can't remember that far back. I know I can't. There was a chapter when you first entered school, and one that when you graduated from high school. Now, I omitted the one on middle school for obvious reasons. We all know about that. And today, you begin a new chapter in your book, your master's degree. This past year has been very challenging. We've learned such things as Zoom, PPE, and social distancing. With COVID almost behind us, everyone's journey will take new directions. Your journey ahead will be filled with new lessons, some hardships, and happy times. The more experiences you have, the more chapters your book will have. To help you on your journey, I would like to share with you some of my book. I'd like to think of this as 7 B's in about 7 minutes. I know you're thinking, what the heck do B's have to do with anything? Well, think back. You have always been told, be nice, be kind, be on time. Lots of different B's. Well, here are some thoughts from my B's. The first B is to be a continuous learner. Now, that means expanding your skill set in response to our changing environment. Learning is a never-ending process. Several of you will go on to another degree, earn a specific designation, or learn some new skills at work. Learning should never stop. One of my memories is when I was in Boy Scouts. Now, Dr. Powell, you can help me out with this one. What is the Boy Scout motto?
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Very good. Be prepared is a very powerful statement. Are you ready to perform any task in any situation? Being prepared means getting up and getting to work, not just on time, but early. Being prepared sets the stage for your day and your life. Abraham Lincoln said, if you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. He was really prepared. Part of being prepared is to be on time. Now, Vince Lombardi, the legendary coach of the Green Bay Packers, believed that you were 5 minutes early, you were still 10 minutes late. Now, this became known as Lombardi time. Lombardi believed that you must be at your meeting 15 minutes ahead of time. That way you can prepare, gather your thoughts, and be ready for that meeting. If a player arrived on time, he was still late. Start your day with focus. Know what you want to accomplish. Make time for your family, work, and for you. Be a good communicator is another important B. Stephen Covey, in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, lists 7 habits that are important for people to become effective. One of the habits is on communication. Now, it states, seek first to understand before you can be understood. When a person comes up to you with a problem or a concern, don't interrupt or try to speak first. Make eye contact, then listen. When you speak, you then can be understood. In your life's journey, you learn from many different sources. Something I learned from watching my kids raise their kids is to tell my eyes. By making eye contact, you get the person's attention. This makes it easier for them to listen and to understand you. Making good eye contact with my students in class was even more important during COVID. Because of the masks, all I could see were my students' eyes. That made me somewhat sad. I couldn't see them grin or frown. I had to learn to watch their eyes so I could understand if they were learning that concept. Part of being a good communicator is to build a network. A 17th century author once wrote, "No man is an island. No one is completely self-sufficient. Everyone relies on someone else." When I was a young graduate here at Chadron State College, one of my professors was Dr. Pat Colgate. Now, some of you may remember Doc Colgate. Doc Colgate told his classes, when you go out for your first job, make sure you make friends with everyone, especially the office secretary and the janitor. He knew you needed a lot of people to help you on your journey. One of my colleagues just earned her doctorate degree. She told her preschool son that she earned a new degree and people could call her a doctor. And her son looked at her and said, "Can I still call you mommy?" Yeah, my personal educational and professional journey has been rewarding. I have had the opportunity to meet some fantastic people and make lasting friends. Now, these relationships have really helped me throughout the years. Developing a network of people will help you be successful. We rely on many people for guidance. Here today is some people who have helped you. I have a few who have helped me. Back over here, my family, some supporters that are up in there, and others. My wife of Chris of 48 years. Always remember people who have helped you. Now, be a risk taker is another important B. How many of you are baseball fans? A couple. Not too many. Okay. I know Joel Smith is a Rockies fan, and my colleague, Dr. Dusick, over here is a Yankees fan from way back, and everybody might enjoy this little story. And Babe Ruth was one of the greatest baseball players of all times. He held the record for 40 years with the most home runs hit in his career. That's pretty good. Ruth also was known as the king of strikeouts and led the American League 5 times in strikeouts, with over 1,300 strikeouts in his career. That's not a record you really want to hold. Babe wasn't worried. He was quoted as saying, "Every strike brings me closer to the next home run." Never let the fear of striking out keep you from coming back. Yogi Berra, you know I like baseball, another famous New York Yankees baseball great, wrote a book filled with sayings called Yogiisms. You've heard of Yogiisms, okay. One of the famous Yogiisms is, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Do you go right or do you go left? With Yogi, it didn't really matter. Just do it. Just take the risk. I mentioned earlier that you need to be a continuous learner. You will learn from many people of all ages in many ways. One thing I learned from Zoe is that unicorns are real. Now, for those of you who don't know, here it is. Unicorns are real. They are a horse-like creature with a magic horn that gives off magical powers. Now, Zoe so believed in these that you can't convince her otherwise. She has a collection of, 30? She is a true believer. That leads us to the last B. Let me sit this guy right here. You must believe in yourself. Have confidence that you can do the task. Your degree from Chadron State has given you skills and knowledge, but now it's up to you. Put them to good use. You must believe in yourself and your skills. So there you have it. 7 B's that will help you be successful. Be a continuous learner. Be prepared. Be on time. Be a good communicator. Be a net risk taker. Be a networker, and believe. And I hope your book has many chapters. As we go out and get ready for your great journey, make sure you start your day off right. Now, one person who started his day off right was Joe Namath. He's a famous quarterback for the New York Jets. And Joe Namath made a very bold statement about getting ready. He said, "I can't wait till tomorrow because I get better looking every day. Pretty good statement. But you have to know a little bit about Joe, too. So I challenge you to wake up early in the morning, look in the mirror and say, I am ready for today and I can't wait till tomorrow. Now, I'd like to end with a fun game that our family plays at dinner time. It's called thumbs down, thumbs up. Has anybody ever played this game? Well, we're going to do it now. You start by turning your thumb down and then saying something that didn't go well that day, okay? And then you turn your thumb up and say something that made you happy or that you were thankful for. Now, this is a great way to end your day on a positive note. So let's everybody try it. Everyone, turn your thumb down and think of something. Oh, you guys are doing good that didn't go right or made you sad. For example, I am sad to see you leave Chadron State. And then turn her up. We're turning her up. And then say something that has made you happy or that you were thankful for. I am so happy that you are starting a new chapter in your life. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you for this opportunity. Good luck.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, the students, and the administration, thank you, Dr. Koza, for your inspiring words and for your years of service to Chadron State College. This graduation is somewhat different since we have the 2020 and the 2021 graduates being recognized. We're pleased to have those who were unable, due to COVID-19, to be hooded and recognized in the spring, summer, and fall of 2020 join us for this celebratory event. Will all the 2020 graduates please stand? Will the 2021 candidates for the Masters of Arts in Education please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration please rise and remain standing? The Master of Education please rise and remain standing. And the Master of Science and Organizational Management, please rise and remain standing. President Ryan, upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and the academic deans, I recommend to you these candidates for conferring upon them the Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and the Master of Science and Organizational Management degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Chadron State College, by the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty, I confer upon you the degrees of Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science and Organizational Management, with all the rights, privileges, benefits, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Academic Deans Dr. James Margetts, Dr. Wendy Waugh, and Dr. Alaric Williams will assist in the hooding of the graduates along with the candidate's advisor. We will first have the 2020 graduates who have already received their diploma come to the stage to be hooded and receive a certificate. followed by the 2021 graduates who will come forward to be hooded and to receive a diploma. Family members, feel free to come forward for photographs. Let's have names. Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Delmar James Tojek. Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Katrina Marie Shaw, hooded by Dr. Lori Hund. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Justin Derek Farr, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Just a reminder, you can come down here to take pictures. We've got a whole big white space for you, and they will take their mask off for you. So just a reminder if you want a picture. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Angela Ellen Albritton, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Sarah Julia Butler, Masters of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, hooded by Dr. Katie Woods. Master of Business Administration, Jessica Jo Humphrey, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. Master of Business Administration, Gary Allen Goodell, hooded by Gary Dusick, Dr. Gary Dusick. Master of Business Administration, Andrew John Fairhead, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Kelly M. Walls, hooded by Dr. Karen Enos. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Summer Radine Humbrock, hooded by Dr. Anthony Perlinsky. Master of Business Administration, Christy Lee Peterson, hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. Master of Business Administration, Teresa L. Mashburn, hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. Josh Mayer. Josh. Yep. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Sports Management, Josh Mayer, hooded by Dr. Scott Ritson. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Human Services, McKenna Renee Jones, hooded by Dr. Joshua Ellis. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Human Services, Gabriela Isabel Perez, hooded by Dr. Joshua Ellis. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Brianna L. Brooks, hooded by Dr. Laura Gaudet. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Abby L. Ford, hooded by Dr. Laura Gaudet. Dixie Lee. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Dixie Lee Hannafelt, hooded by Dr. Laura Gaudet. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Blair Lillian Hartman, hooded by Dr. Laura Gaudet. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Ann P. Gimeson, hooded by Dr. Laura Gaudet. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Karen Patrice Klein, hooded by Dr. Laura Gaudet. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Kaylina Page Rasmussen, hooded by Dr. Laura Gaudet. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Kristen Gale Fay, hooded by Dr. Katie Woods. Whitney Wickham George. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Whitney Wickham George, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Stephanie Marie Mahoney, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Rocks. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Jessica Ray Rotz, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Abigail Jessica Seltz, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Nicole Justine Guth, hooded by Dr. Katie Rust. Where's Karen? Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Barbara A. Harder, hooded by Dr. Karen Enos. Master of Arts in Education, History, Andrew Franklin Johnson, hooded by Dr. Kurt Kimbacher. You just want Sherry or Sherry Turner? Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Sherry Tremaine, hooded by Dr. Robin Brierly. Swipe. Master of Business Administration, Swari Fernando, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. Master of Business Administration, Kayla Renee Youngie, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. You don't want the name? Okay. Master of Business Administration, Krista M. Martin, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. Master of Business Administration, Christian John Miller, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. Master of Business Administration, Savannah Elizabeth Silba, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. Junior. Master of Business Administration, Priest Duche Jennings Jr., hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. Master of Business Administration, Stacy Marie Coate, hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. Master of Business Administration, Chinaza Gift Nwaze, hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. Marvel Rick. Master of Business Administration, Marvel Rotness, hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. That's who you're doing, Vidlac? Okay, Vidlac. Master of Business Administration, Betsy Jane Vidlac, hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. Master of Business Administration, Heather Marie Wing, hooded by Dr. Rick Koza. Let's have a round of final applause for the classes of 2020 and 2021.
Before we conclude today's commencement exercises, I would like to recognize and thank a few individuals who have contributed to this event. Our two student marshals, Ms. Jory Peters, who is a member of the CSC chapter of Cardinal Key National Honorary Society, and Mr. Caleb Haskell, who is a member of the CSC chapter of Blue Key Honorary Fraternity, Ms. Savannah Silva, who is the student that provided the opening moment of reflection, and the student providing the closing moment of reflection, Mr. Andrew Johnson from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Mr. Bobby Pace for providing the music, Mr. Alex Helmbrecht, Director of College Relations, Ms. Tina Cook, Marketing Coordinator, Ms. Colette Anthony and Ms. Marianne Mallory, Records Office staff, Ms. Melissa Mitchell, Registrar, Ms. Shelley Johns and the Conferencing Office staff, Ms. Carrie Gaswick, our Vice President for Administration and Finance, and the maintenance staff at Chadron State College. Would you please join me in a round of applause for these folks that made this possible? I want to ask everyone in attendance today to join us for a reception in the concession area just upstairs here at the conclusion of our event on the mezzanine. And now I would invite Mr. Andrew Johnson to give the closing moment of reflection. Andrew graduated today with a Master of Arts in Education. Andrew?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here today on this very special day for so many students. I'd like to take this time to send a warm welcome to family, friends, faculty, and staff and administration for the college for allowing this wonderful event to happen, even after the wild year we've had since March of 2020. And if you had told me 5 years ago that I'd be speaking at my graduate commencement, I would have said, yeah, okay. So, and I also like to thank my loving family who has been pushing me so hard through my studies ever since grade school, because we all need a mother that's always saying, you only made a B in that class. So throughout the years at Chadron State, I've grown, learned, and faced many struggles, and I've learned that in order to be successful in college and in life, it's not your situation that gives you the leg up, it's your mindset. And this last year has really taught us that. It's not about how many times you get knocked down, but about how many times you get up and keep pushing forward. When I moved here from Texas in 2017, I never imagined myself to thrive the way I did here at Chadron State. I was just a Southern guy and said, on my way up here, moving, it's not that cold up here, is it? Little did I know that I would learn very quickly that running out to your car real quick in Nebraska winter is the worst idea you could have. It went from, it's not that bad, to how do you people live like this in 2 seconds? So, and I have to give credit to the college and also the community of Chadron for welcoming me and every other foreign student for coming here and creating such a small town welcome with a home field touch. But I did move back to Texas after a while, feeling that, why continue school? What was the use? No one really seemed to care except for family, obviously, but I didn't see the use. Until one day, Dr. Kirk Kinbacher emailed me just out of the blue and said, hello, Mr. Johnson, I see that you stopped going to class. Are you going to enroll again soon? I hope all is well. And I said to myself, wow, someone really does care. Someone outside of my, my bubble wants to know that I'm doing well, wants to see me succeed. So I continued my studies in 2019, and then here I am, standing before you. 2020 was a very tough year for so many of us. I had to say goodbye to my job, my home, and my grandmother, and I still push forward to continue to be here today. And I would like to applaud all the CSC graduates because, like me, we all had to go through 2020 together. It was a global pandemic that affected all of us in one way or another, but we've done it. This is your major accomplishment, and it's affected so many people in your life coming to this day, and it will also affect those you'll meet in the future. As Theodore Roosevelt once said, believe that you can, and you're halfway there. And now it's our turn to make sure we help people believe that they can. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Andrew. Will the audience please rise and remain standing during the recessional while the graduates and the faculty exit? We are now adjourned.